There have been many poems and many stories and many books written about the heart of the kitchen. Everyone's kitchen looks different, but we share all the same common factors, and that is we do lots of cooking and cleaning in the kitchen. Today I am making some vegetable soup using odds and ends of things that I had, some from the pantry, some from the freezer. It's just a little bit of everything. I will share with you the recipe in the description box. I like using my crock pot, or some would call it the slow cooker. It helps me create meals when I am busy and working. Every time I make this, it turns out different. Even though I do have a recipe, isn't that how life is? Every day is something different. Even though you do the very same thing, it's always different each day, and that is the rhythm of life. As the days continue to go on and we still have lots of rain, I'm reminded to be patient because summer will be here soon enough. And then it will be hot and muggy and buggy. So I'm trying to enjoy each day in the moment. The best meals that my mother ever made were meals that she didn't follow a recipe. In fact, my mother only owned 2 cookbooks in her whole entire life, and she seldom used them. I didn't grow up with having a cookbook. I grew up with watching my mother cook just by scratch. She wasn't one to make a lot of seasonings as well. We had salt and pepper on the table. She very seldom seasoned her food. We all seasoned it together at the table to our own individual liking. As I was stirring the soup, I realized that I had some onions and spinach. Now I just turned it into a whole different type of meal. Adding the spinach and the onions gave it so much more flavor. It's fun going through your freezers and your refrigerators to find food that you can turn into meals. My children absolutely love this with the spinach. And look how much prettier it looks. Eating healthy doesn't really have to cost you much money. Well, now the crock pot meal is cooking on its own. Now I can go out and work on some other projects. The inventor of the crock pot is the most amazing inventor. Think of all the hours the homemaker has saved by having that crock pot. I recently bought this zucchini that was reduced, and it was the perfect way to use it up, was in the soup. This soup had a little bit of everything in it. And I can't wait to this summer. My husband talked about a soup that he loved when he was a little boy, and it was called kitchen garden soup, and it was everything from the garden. can't emphasize enough the importance of home canning, because now we can reuse these jars over and over again. Now, as you've seen in today's video, I used a lot of different food. I used food in the freezer. I also used some canned food that I had in my pantry, and I used some home canned food. That is the secret of all of it, is to have all kinds of food. You have frozen food, you have fresh food, you have dehydrated food, and you have home canned food, and that's what really saves you a lot of money. All right, with the meal in the crock pot and the dishes cleaned up, now I can work on other chores around my home. First thing I need to do is take this tablecloth and wash this, start some more laundry, and then work in the bedroom. I don't think it's gonna dry today, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my dryer. To me, that is a luxury, and I absolutely love it. I do like hanging my wash out, but in a day like today, wow, it sure does help to be able to put it in a dryer. I honestly don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did all that work. I guess when you have to do something, you don't think much about it. Now everything's just so easy. With the help of the dryer, The tablecloth, this is actually a shower curtain that I turned it into a tablecloth, is finished. I love days like these the most, which I would call slow living. I can enjoy my day in not a rushful manner. And at the end of the day, I have so many jobs completed. It makes me feel good, and I do sleep good at night. Unbelievable! All of these airplanes. What they do, it's called touch and go, and that means they are changing their flight pattern. Sometimes they do that if the president is in the area, or sometimes they do that if they have Indian Town Gap is working with military. Take care, everyone. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye. So I think the basket that's hanging on the herbal shop, I'm going to lower that just a little bit. But we have all of our solar fountains. We have water in them. We cleaned them out. I can't plant anything quite yet, but I have some daffodils growing, and I'm still working on filling up those planters.